My name is Elana Duffy. I served in the United States Army and retired as a Sergeant First Class. I serve the MOS of an interrogator, investigator, and human intelligence collector. I was forward deployed to Afghanistan in 2004 and Iraq in 2005. And we were primarily on a political and strategic mission, so we were working a lot with the brand new and recently elected Afghan government. We were also setting up for the Afghan elections. Once I moved to a more tactical mission, it was going out every day with the infantry and being on checkpoints or going to different places and trying to find the bad guys with the bombs. I was wounded on what was supposed to be a very typical mission. We were going to go. I was going to have a few meetings with some folks who were going to follow up on locations of individuals or bomb-making facilities, and we were notified that there was supposed to be a detonation on the operating base, which was within reasonable proximity. Next thing you knew, we actually had a detonation right near my vehicle. But the concussive blast hit me head on, essentially just air pressure going hundreds of miles an hour into a metal plate, which was right behind my head. They think I was knocked out for a little bit, but nobody's really sure. And I don't remember. Apparently I didn't know anybody's name. I didn't know really where we were, what we were doing. I didn't know the names of people that I had been working with for 6 months. I was reading their name tapes off of their shirts. Most of those memories never came back. The information that I had had before I even joined the Army, I don't remember college roommates' names. I don't remember friends from high school. I lost a lot, and it was terrifying because outwardly I looked fine and was being told, oh, it's all in your head. And it was just it was physically all in my head as well. The Purple Heart has particular meaning for me because I'm a woman, because I was awarded it late, because I was awarded it for injuries that were previously undiscovered. Women typically aren't awarded the Purple Heart, especially because until very recently, women were not considered to be in combat roles, even though women have been in combat since actually the Revolutionary War, when they were sort of sneaking into combat roles. Women have just they haven't been recognized as serving in combat-related units, and they haven't been, therefore, put into a position where they'll encounter enemy action very much. So it's very difficult for a woman to, especially a woman without a visible injury, to be able to turn around and say, hey guys, I was out with the infantry, I was in combat, to be able to confront the fact that they need now what's called a retroactive Purple Heart, which means the entire chain of command has to be reassembled and gone back through in order to award this, and it's what normally is a straightforward award now has to go all the way back through the chain of command. As long as I feel I'm doing something with it, as long as I feel I can honor the respect of the award and of others who have suffered injuries, I feel like I'm doing my part to earn calling it even a medal. If I can in some way use it to make people more aware of what's happening, then I'm doing a service to my fellow soldiers and all of these other people who deserve the recognition. When I got out, transition was very rough. My reintegration was a lot slower and harder than I anticipated. I had actually volunteered to deploy again, and I was with a particular unit that we were going as individuals. We did special mission operations, and I said, hey, I'll go, 6 months, no problem. I walked into one of the doctor's offices to just get a note saying, hey, you're cleared to deploy, you know, you've been through some therapy, we can put therapy on pause for 6 months so you can go. And instead he walked back in and said, so here in the regulation it says that I'm supposed to actually put you out of the service. Like, I don't even know really what you're still doing here. I wanted to make sure that I'm continuing to do something. So I continue to push myself. I continue to do my at-home therapies. And you know, if I'm going to be doing therapy for the rest of my life, I may as well do something else too. I may as well push that forward and help my fellow veterans, service members, and even their families push forward as well. So, not having a whole lot of luck in the job market, I said, I'll throw myself into this for a bit, and built a platform that uses advanced machine learning and artificial intelligence to connect veterans and family members with the resources that would best serve them through different networks, through different resources, through mental health organizations and partners and advocacy groups. We have 250,000 service members getting out every year, and there's got to be a better way to get them reintegrated without the critical loss of life that we've been having and depression and other symptoms. So that's what I've made my mission. Success that I've been able to see in many ways is related to the drive that I had to earn and the drive that I had to find in myself to get through the injuries, the recovery, and the battles that I've had to overcome just since that day. I think that the best way to honor Purple Heart Day or anybody who has received the award of the Purple Heart is to listen to their story, to understand where they're coming from, to not necessarily say thank you or gee, I'm so sorry that happened. It's all about listening and hearing them, and just so they can continue to share this, and because every story is different and everyone has a different perception of what might have happened or what should have happened or anything else, and you can pick up on those nuances and make them feel so much better about being able to talk about it and share their story, and just being an ear if somebody wants to talk. If you know somebody who's been awarded the Purple Heart, just listen. Find a way to listen. And listening does more than you think it does. And asking questions, appreciating the answers, and just remembering that a lot of people who have been awarded the Purple Heart can't share their stories now. So it's important to listen to the ones that can.